What is going on, guys? Z here, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at the new XPS 13-inch laptop. This is a really sleek laptop. It's very nice looking. We have a very thin bezel on this laptop. I would recommend this laptop for students just because it's a really light laptop. It's just under 3 pounds, so you have at 2.7 pounds. Really sleek. You get a nice big display with thin bezels, so you have the screen stretches out all the way to the end here. Now, there are a few variants of this new XPS 13. You have the base model, but the base model does have only 4 gigabytes of RAM, so that isn't a lot. I'm going to go with the next step up, the new XPS 13, but it doesn't say, this is the one with the 8 gigabytes of RAM. So it has 8 gigabytes LPDDR3 running at 1866 megahertz. You do have a 128 gigabyte solid state drive. And if you did want to bump that up, the next step would be the $1,600 XPS. Now the next step up right here, the only difference between these two is the fact that this one is just touch enabled. So I'm going to go ahead, scratch that out, and I'm going to go with the next step up, which is this one right here, the $999 one. It's $1,000. So going ahead and looking at the specs, so we do have 8 gigabytes of RAM. That is pretty good. That is definitely enough for a nice sleek media PC. You do have the Core i5 in there, 7200U, sorry, that is an underpowered Core i5. But the reason why this laptop has an underpowered Core i5 is because it's very sleek, it's a very small laptop, very thin, and it's very light. So it's almost like an Ultrabook, whereas they have to put an underpowered Core i5 in there just because of the heat. You know, they need to sort of take care of the heat in this laptop, and because it's so thin, they need to use an underpowered Core i5. The last thing you want is an overheating laptop, especially when it's this thin, and you'll most probably be taking it everywhere with you. Alright, so we have the Core i5 7200U with 3 megabytes of cache, running at up to 3.1 gigahertz. That is pretty fast, again, with 8 gigabytes of RAM, and then you do have the 128 gigabyte solid state drive. So if you are a student, this is definitely the laptop to get. If you are looking for a Windows laptop that is comparable, I guess, to the MacBook Air, just because of the just because of the bezel, just because of the sleek look of this laptop, I would definitely recommend this. If you're not limiting yourself to Windows, definitely go for the MacBook Air, especially if you're a student. But let's focus on the XPS 13 for now. So again, 8 gigabytes of RAM. We have 256 gigabytes PCIe solid state drive for an extra $100. That is definitely worth it if you need that extra storage. Otherwise, stick with the 128 gigabyte solid state drive. So we have a 1920 1080p display. Very good. Intel HD graphics. Obviously, you're not going to find a dedicated video card in there. So I wouldn't say that you would probably be doing very, very light gaming. When I say light gaming, I mean you would be playing the older games on this laptop. You won't be able to play the newer games just because this is an integrated graphics card. So moving below, we do have the 60 WHR integrated battery, which they do specify lasts for 12 to 13 hours on browsing. I would cut that in a little bit more than a half and say that it does give you 3.5 to 4 hours of battery life. Now this laptop does weigh 2.7 pounds, just under 3 pounds, so it is very light. If you are a student and you are looking for a light media PC, a fast light media PC, definitely check this new XPS 13 non-touch. Check it out. Check out the pictures, check out the bezel, check out everything with it. It's a really sleek, really nice looking laptop. I actually recommended it to a friend of mine who actually has it. He's very happy with it. So to conclude, if you are a student and you are always lugging around a bunch of weight and books and stuff around, then this laptop might be for you. Check it out. Check out the pictures. It's a new XPS 13 non-touch. I will have a link in the description of this video below. Anyway, that is going to be it. If you guys did have any questions, leave it in the comment section below. If you didn't find this video helpful, give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side.